So what's up channel? Welcome to my guys. Corny. So today I'd like to share a few limit problems that may be useful for review, no, in examinations in differential calculus. So let's begin. So feel free to pause the video to try before I share the solution, okay? Para syempre ma-practice din kayo, di ba? Para lahat tayo dito naglo-learn. Okay. So number one. Number one is pretty basic, no? When you have a polynomial, you're taking the limit of a polynomial. You just substitute it, okay? You just substitute that. So the answer for this one is just 2 square plus 5, 2 cubes minus 4, okay? And that is 4 plus 5, 2 cube is 8, so 5 times 8, that's no, that's 40. And then minus 4, cancel 4, so you have 40. Okay, that's your answer for number one. So the limit of this function is 40. Okay. All right, so let's move on to limit number. Oh my gosh, ayan, medyo challenging na siya. Okay, so I'll do my best to like share a few tips or my very own personal strategies to like solving these kind of questions. So the very first thing I would do is like directly substitute it. Okay? So if I substitute it, it's gonna be like this. Minus 2 and then 8 minus 8. And boom, what do you see? The cube root of 8 is 2. Parang dito lang yan, di ba kanina? 2 cube is 8, and then 8 times 5 is 40. Anyways, so cube root of 8, that's 2, minus 2. And then sa denominator, we have 8 minus 8. So as you can see, we have an indeterminate form. Okay, ang tawag dito is indeterminate. Determinate. So guys, whenever you have something that is indeterminate, whether it's this, kasi maraming forms ng indeterminate, di ba? Merong 0 over 0, merong infinity minus infinity, okay? That is your clue na pwede mong pasimplehin yung problem mo, okay? So this is actually a clue. Sorry. This is a clue na pwede mo pasimplihin to. Okay? You can simplify this. So in fact, we can actually simplify this using conjugate, no? Actually, aside from conjugate, our goal here is to like get rid of this yung cube root. So how do we do this? We're gonna multiply it in such a way that we would have a perfect cube, no? Para matanggal tong cube root na to. Epal kasi yan eh. So, I hope you remember your basic algebra skills. Okay? Recap lang tayo. Quick recap. I hope you guys pay attention to this because nagagamit talaga to like sa calculus, no? Let's start with perfect square trinomials. Okay? So the perfect square trinomials is kapag meron ka daw a plus b and then you're squaring them, okay? You're just gonna square the first term, multiply this and then times 2, okay, for the middle term. So there you have 2ab. And then you're just gonna take the square of the final term. Okay. So it goes the same way for this. A square, minus 2ab plus b square. Okay? So those are your PST, no? Or what we call perfect square trinomial. Guys, pay attention to this because we're gonna use this actually in the next problem. Okay? So aside from perfect square trinomial, meron din tayong sum and difference. No. Mamaya pa pala yan. We have difference difference, my gosh, what's wrong with my pen? Difference of two squares. Okay? So when we say difference of two squares, kapag minultiply mo tong dalawang to, okay, say a minus b times a plus b, then you're gonna get the first term square minus b square. Ayan lang. So these are for our squares, ano? And then, most importantly, ito yung for me pinaka-useful like sa cubes. Difference of two cubes. Ito naman cubes naman siya. Kanina we're dealing with squares, okay? Squares yan, diba? Now we're gonna deal with cubes or the polynomials raised to the third power. So, sabi lang naman dito, if you have this form, a cube minus b cube. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with my pen? Very, very sorry, guys. Minus b cube. Okay, you can like simplify this by this. You're gonna draw the first parenthesis by taking the cube root of the first term, so a, and then we're gonna take the cube root as well of the second term. There. Okay, see what I did here? I just took the cube root, both of them. Okay, times. Ato madali na lang tong sumunod. I-square mo lang to. A square. Okay, madali pa. And then kung ano ito, yung nasa gitna, gagawin mo siyang positive. Gagawin mo siyang opposite. If positive yan, gagawin mo siyang negative dito. So, pabaliktaran. Then you're gonna take the product of these two I don't want to swear. And then finally, you're gonna square the last term. So what's the square of that? That's b square. Boom! That's it. That's your difference of two cubes. Actually, ito yung gagamitin natin to solve this bad boy here. Kasi as you can see, para siyang kamukha nito, no? Gamit tayo ng ibang pen. Para silang magkamukha, 'di ba? 'Di ba? Para silang magkamukha. I don't know if you can see it, but like, yeah, it looks the same to me. Meron kang cube root. The problem here is that naka-root. But like, for me, it's the same. So, maybe we can use this formula here, this pattern here, to simplify this, diba? Kasi nga indeterminate siya, which means it can be furtherly simplified. So what we're gonna do is do it. Oh, shoot. Apologies. Let me remove this first. Itong sa taas, since hindi pa naman natin siya kailangan. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna convert this one to like this para wala na yung cube root niya. So, we're gonna multiply it. The conjugate is cube root of x squared. You see what I did? I squared it. So basically, this one here is this one here. Okay? I squared it. So, cube root of x squared. Okay? What's the next pattern? You see negative here, gagawin mo raw positive. Okay? The opposite. And then you're gonna take the product of the two. So basically, that's just 2 times the cube root of x. And what's the last pattern? You're just gonna square this final term here. So negative 2 square, that's plus 4. Okay? And in order to keep the value here, we need to like multiply it also in the denominator, diba? Kasi pag sinimplify mo yan, it's the same as multiplying as 1 over 1, diba? Kasi same lang naman, you're multiplying it to the, you're multiplying it both in the numerator and the denominator. That's very important, okay? Most common mistakes of the student is yung minumultiply lang nila yung sa numerator and then pinababayaan na nila. So basically, that's it. Okay? Now, once we multiply this, hindi ko na siya kailangan i-foil. Hindi ko na siya i-foil, hindi ko na siya i-distribute. Kasi alam ko na yung pattern, okay? Nag-base lang ako dito sa difference of two cubes. So now, my numerator would be, the limit as x approaches 8, the numerator will now be in this form. Okay? So it's gonna be x minus 8 all over x minus 8 times this one, kasi minultiply natin siya dyan, don't forget about that one, cube root of x squared, what the heck, cube root of x squared plus 2 cubed x plus 4. Alright, so as you can see, we have a common numerator and denominator. So we can cancel these two here. So what do we get? We get the limit as x approaches 8, 1 divided by the cube root of x squared plus 2, nakakatamad isulat, ang haba. Okay, so now, pwede na natin i-direct substitute ngayon si 8. So, pag direct substitute natin siya, it's gonna be 3, 8 square plus 2 times the cube root of 8 plus 4. Alright, and what's the answer to this? It's gonna be 1 over the square of 8 is 64, and the cube root of 64 is 4. The cube root of 8 is 2, and 2 times 2, that's 4 again, and then plus 4, so basically is 3 times 4, which is 112. This is the answer for the second problem, okay? Now, I hope you guys familiarize yourself with the difference of two cubes, perfect square trinomial, and then difference of two squares, kasi napaka helpful niya talaga when it comes to solving limits. Lalo na yung mga difficult ones. Like this, okay? Medyo, to be honest, medyo mahirap na rin to. Like, ang gagawin kasi ng iba dyan, na sila, magti-table of values na sila. Like, ang gagawin nila is, magpa-plot na sila, 7.999, 999, 7.99999, or from the left 0.1, 8.01, 'di ba? Magpa-plot sila, isa-substitute nila yung isa. Pwede naman 'yun, kaso it takes a lot of time, lalo na kung mag-e-exam ka, 'di ba? And also, minsan hindi siya accurate. And minsan din, we have teachers na strict, gusto nila talaga na you show your work algebraically. Okay? Okay. I'm the king of Japanese. Anyways, let's move on to the next problem. Next problem is this: the limit of square root of x minus 4 over x minus 16. Okay, so ang first step ko lagi is like substitute it. So that's square root of 16 minus 4 over 16 minus 16. So as you can see, the square root of 16 is 4 minus 4. And then we have 16 minus 16. And then boom! What do we have here? We have an indeterminate. Again, an indeterminate form gives you a clue that you can still furtherly simplify your bad boy problem. Okay? Okay, so ang goal ulit natin is matanggal etong root, right? And ngayon naman, naka-square naman siya, no? Hindi lang natin sinusulat, diba? Kasi kapag square, hindi siya sinusulat. Ang index niya is 2 pala. Sorry, hindi siya naka-square. Okay, so ang approach natin dito is gawin siya sa form na x square minus 4 square. Okay? Bakit? Kasi kapag you have this as your form, x square, matatanggal na to. Diba? The only question is, how? What do we multiply it to? Well, if you simplify this, you would get x minus, what's this? 16. Okay? X square. Minus 16. Diba? Parang ano lang yan eh. X square minus... No. Actually, it's like a square minus b square. And ano ulit ang tawag natin dito? This is what we call difference of two squares. Okay? So, ang pattern lang yan, if may ganyan ka, gagawin mo lang siyang a plus b times a minus b. Okay? So, sige, gamitin natin yung technique na yan to solve this problem. So, I'm gonna multiply it to the square root of x plus 4. Okay? You see what I did there? Plus to, negative to, I did the opposite. Opposite charge. Opposite charge. This isn't chemistry, okay? My bad. Opposite sign. So, I'm gonna multiply the denominator to the same thing. Okay? Para same pa rin siya. We're just changing the form. Okay. So, kapag minultiply natin yan, again, no need to distribute or no need to FOIL kasi alam natin, aware tayo sa magiging product. Diba? It's just gonna be x minus 16 over x minus 16 times this bad boy here. So, that's x plus 4. Okay? By the way, guys, nakalimutan ko isulat yung limit as x approaches 16. Every step na gagawin nyo, you always write this, okay? Because we're not solving a function. We're taking its limit. So, may mga teachers na strict. Minsan, they consider it wrong when we do not put this limit notation here. So, going back, as you can see, we can cancel this na, no? Diba? So, we're left with the limit as x approaches 16. No. The limit of 1 over the root of x plus 4. Plus 4 ba? Yeah. So, now, we can direct substitute na. That's 1 over 16 plus 4. Okay, the square root of 16 is 4, and then 4 plus 4, that's 1/8. So that's your answer to number 3. Okay, again, I'm emphasizing the importance of familiarizing yourself to difference of two squares, perfect square trinomial, and then difference of two cubes. Okay? Para pag mini-encounter kayong ganito, hindi na kayo magpa-plot ng tables. Alam nyo siya kung paano i-solve. Alright? So let's move on to the next problem. These problems are called limits at infinity. Okay? Limits at infinity. Iba to sa infinite limits, ha. Ang infinite limits, hindi siya approaching infinity, though the answer would give you infinity. Pero, ibang usapan na muna yan. Let's just focus on this bad boy here. How do we solve this guy here? So, the standard way of solving such problem when we see x approaching infinity is that we're gonna divide all of them by the highest degree. So for example lang, if you have the limit as x approaches infinity of 5x squared plus 3x over x let's say 4x square. Yan. We're gonna divide all of them by x square, no? Gagawin natin siyang ganito, ganyan, plus 3x over x square over 4x square over x square. Diba? Ganyan yung usually yung pattern, diba? And yung magiging form na c over x raised to r equals to 0 yan. Okay? The limit as x approaches infinity of that is equals to 0, no? But now, I want to teach you a faster way to solve such problem. Okay? And we do so by just observing the highest degree. So ito yung ito yung shortcut ko. Shortcut lang to Nasa sa inyo kung susundin niyo siya. Pero shortcut lang. I would observe the highest degree. Like, ayun naman lagi first step, di ba? I would observe the highest degree and then its coefficient. Both numerator and denominator. I will inspect both of them. So for the numerator, let's focus muna sa numerator. Okay? What is our highest degree? Okay? It's not x square, Hindi siya x square. Why? Because you have to consider that we're taking the square root of it, 'di ba? So I could say x, 'di ba? Kasi we're taking the square root of x square, therefore it's x. That's your highest degree in numerator, 'di ba? How about the denominator? What's your highest degree there? So for the denominator, tama ba spelling ko? Check mo rin, ano rin yung highest degree natin dito? Is it 7? No, kasi 7, that's x raised to 0, diba? And x raised to 0 is 1. No, it's not this. It doesn't even have a variable. So, 3x lang, diba? Guys, whenever you see that the highest numerator, that the highest degree in the numerator is equal sa highest degree ng denominator, i-divide nyo lang yung coefficient niya. Okay? So, does that mean ba na we're just gonna do 4 over negative 3? Nope. Why? Because like I said earlier, you have to consider that we're taking the square root. And therefore, the coefficient of this term here is not 4. It's 2. No? So, it's 2x. Ayan yung nasa numerator natin. So, basically, the limit as x approaches infinity for this one is negative 2/3. Ayan yung sagot. Okay, bakit negative 2/3? Kasi sa yung numerator niya, ang highest, diba, since nakita natin na equal lang yung degree nung numerator and denominator. That's why we're just gonna divide their coefficients, diba? So, ano ba yung coefficient sa taas? 2. How about sa denominator? It's negative 3. So, basically, the answer is negative 2/3. Okay? Or negative 0.667. Okay? So, para mas ma-familiarize kayo sa technique ko na to. Actually, it's not a technique. It's merely a shortcut, no? By observing the highest degree. So guys, if the degree of the numerator is greater than the degree of the denominator, then the limit is equals to infinity. If naman the degree ng numerator is less than the degree of the denominator, the answer is 0. And if the degrees are equal, like yung nangyari dito sa problem number 4, you're gonna divide their coefficients. Coefficient. Oh, pipiyok na. Dadalaga. Coefficient. So, ayan yung technique. Take note, guys, ha. Take note. Okay? Applicable lang po ito when you have limits at infinity. Okay? When it's approaching infinity, huwag nyong gagawin yan kung ganito yung problem nyo, ha? Kung ganyan yung problem nyo. Basta, applicable lang yan pag it's approaching infinity. Okay? Limits at infinity lang po ito applicable. So, ayan. Kabisaduhin nyo to or know these things that I've written here. Okay? So, para mas maintindihan nyo siya, I'll give you an example. Okay? So, say that you were asked to find the limit as x approaches infinity of root 5x minus 2x cubed plus 7x to the 6th power all over x cubed minus 2x squared. Now, ang standard way to solving such problems is we're gonna divide by the highest degree, right? So, ang gagawin pa niyan, 5, 6 over x6 minus 2x cubed over x6, 'di ba? Medyo mahabang proseso 'yan. So, using our technique here, shortcut rather, okay? Observe the highest degree, both numerator and denominator. So, for the numerator, ang highest degree is 6. I can see 6. And then sa denominator, the highest degree is 3. So, saan siya pasok dito sa mga sinulat ko? Dito, di ba? Pasok siya dito. Okay? Kasi mas malaki yung degree nung nasa numerator, compared sa denominator. And therefore, sabi natin sa shortcut natin, kapag may ganyang kang scenario, ang limit mo ay equal to infinity na. Okay? Ang sagot dito ay infinity na agad. Okay, diba? Mas mabilis. Hindi ka na divided by x6 lahat. X raised to 6 lahat. How about this? The limit as x approaches infinity of this problem here. Mali yung yung pagbigkas ko, pero like, yeah, intindihin nyo na lang. Okay. First step, observe the highest degree, no? Sa numerator, it's square. And then sa denominator, it's cube. So, saan siya pasok dito? Dito, no? Sa gitna. Dito siya pasok. So, kapag daw ang degree ng denominator is mas malaki sa numerator, ang answer is 0. Okay? Okay, so last na. For this shortcut. Kasi nung nakaraan, merong isang problem na maraming na confused. This problem, 5 minus 2x. Now, tignan natin kung applicable dito yung shortcut ko. Now, what my calculus professor did is that dinivide niya lahat sa root x square. Lahat yan, dinivide niya yan isa-isa. Pero using my trick, I would just observe, no? I would just observe ano yung highest degree. Let's start sa numerator. Ano yung highest degree? Is it x square? No. If you said x square, you're wrong. Okay? Because we're taking its square root. So ano yung highest degree sa taas? Di x. 'Di ba? Now I know hindi naman factorable to. So bakit natin ina-assume na we could just take the square of that? Guys, ino-observe lang natin. Okay? So, ayun lang. We're just observing. We're using observation to get the answer quickly. Okay? So, going back, ano yung highest degree? It's not x squared, it's x. Okay? How about the coefficient? Since yung coefficient niya is 3, okay, 3 lang ba? No. Like I said, we're taking the square root. So it should be square root of 3. How about sa denominator? Denominator, madali lang, di ba? It's this. Kasi wala namang variable to. So, writing that, it's negative 2x. So, as you can see, no? Same sila. Equal yung degree ng numerator and denominator. And what do we do when we have something like that? We simply divide their coefficient. So, i-divide lang daw natin to. So, the answer to this problem is negative root 3 over 2. Okay? So, there would be a part 2 for this video. Sasagutan natin tong number 5. And then, finally, meron tayong special guest. Meron tayong special problem sa dulo na medyo talaga challenging na, ayun. So, I hope you guys learned something from this video. And, yun lang. Mabuhay ang pag-asa ng bayan.